A night of dissociation and gaming. Yo, what's going on? It's someone that's someone, and welcome back to today's report. Today's report was sent in by an anonymous user. When this happened, sometime March 2020, the substances used Dextromethorphan, Nitrous Oxide, and cannabis, at a dose of 1800 milligrams of DXM, with several hits of nitrous and cannabis. The route administration, orally, smoked, and inhaled. Gender, male. Weight, 230 pounds. Age, 20. For his prior experience, DXM, cannabis, shrooms, and LSD. For his set, he notes, alone, looking for a fun night of gaming. And the setting, his bedroom at night. Okay, so here we have quite the DXM report, and our first time covering this combo. This is a pretty hefty dose of DXM, especially considering this user doesn't have a tolerance coming into this, and the fact that both nitrous and cannabis had the potential to really potentiate a DXM trip. There's a lot of bodily effects reported here as well, but of course the trip is dominated by an array of visual hallucinations as he strips through reality with feelings of euphoria. He also notes feeling dull, specifically on the come down and afterglow. You'll just see. And also, this report is arriving today due to the last voting poll we had, which I reran these numbers about 3 different times because I wasn't exactly ready to record this just yet, and each time we had a different result. Now most votes are coming from YouTube right now, but you can also vote in the Discord server where we have 3 times per vote, or on the Patreon for 10 times per vote. And it was just this toss-up between this and a mix of DXM, DPH, and Focal. Just very back and forth between these. So catch the next poll and vote. And don't think your vote doesn't matter, because 1 or 2 votes really could have made a difference here. But besides that, I'm sure you'll enjoy this report. So without further ado, let's dive right into this. Sorry if this is a bit messy. I just wrote this on a text document, then copy-pasted. But here it is. I've been pretty bored recently, having nothing to do because I'm no longer playing CSGO professionally, which was all I had going for me at the time. So I decided I would revisit DXM by adding a little bit extra to change up the experience. After getting everything, weed, nitrous oxide, Robocough, I immediately dived in, pretty excited for this trip. I first dosed half a bottle, roughly 225 milligrams, and started smoking out of my cartridge, waiting for the onset. About 10 minutes after dosing, I decided to start messing around with the nitrous oxide I had waiting for me. This was my first time ever doing nitrous, and I was a bit nervous, but decided to do a couple hits as a test run. The first hit of nitrous, I immediately felt a full body tingle, and I felt very euphoric. I just sat there and enjoyed the body high, and decided to go for another hit. The second hit, the body high was more intense, more euphoria, and that was about it. After that, I moved over to my computer to start playing games to pass some time. At 53 minutes, this stuff is really starting to hit me fast. Music sounds great, and my body feels fuzzy, like I'm being wrapped in a fur blanket. By this time, I decide it's time I dose the rest of the DXM. I take the remaining half of the bottle and pour it into a water bottle, then take 2 more bottles and pour it in with that. I drink about half before the taste almost makes me vomit, and I immediately start drinking my grapefruit juice and eat some of my oranges to get rid of the taste. After the taste was gone, I drank the rest, which totals up to 1,350 milligrams. At this point, I realized there is no turning back, so I just go on YouTube while smoking a ton more, waiting for whatever is about to come. In the meantime, I go back to doing the nitrous oxide, pretty much repeating the same physical and mental effects as before, but slightly stronger. 1 hour 30 minutes in, I literally felt the disconnect between my body and mind. It feels like I left the real world and entered a new, alien world, and I'm operating an alien body. My depth perception seemed to be way off, and it's quite easy to zone out. When I notice all of this, I'm instantly hit with the most intense nausea I've ever felt in my life, and I start to lay down on my floor. When I looked at my room, it looked so unfamiliar, and then out of nowhere, I could have sworn up and down my room morphed into a completely different room for a few seconds. This confused the crap out of me, but after staring for a few moments, I started to recognize my room again. This went on for about a few minutes before I finally puked. After that happened, I crawled into my bed, which was very difficult, and closed my eyes. not even bothering to get my headphones to listen to music. The closed-eye visuals at this point were unlike anything I've seen before. Countless landscapes and imagery was going on, and I was enjoying it for an unknown amount of time. Eventually I get up and my vision is completely blurry. I had to keep one eye closed just to see anything, and my vision will not keep still. I get back on my computer chair because I want to start doing more nitrous. After struggling for a bit, I finally get one hit ready and take it. Before I could even finish inhaling, it felt like my body had disintegrated into millions of particles and just floated away. The euphoria was almost overwhelming, and for some dumb reason, I thought it would be a good idea to take another bottle of Robocough and chug it. So I did that and started smoking more. My body was completely numb at this point and didn't even feel the smoke at all. My sense of time at this point is gone, so the rest of this report is just going to be snippets of what I can remember from this night. I remember having to go to the bathroom, and as I was moving, it felt like the distance between everything was non-existent, like everything was layered together, like a poor still scenery drawing. After my visit to the bathroom dimension, I decided to play some Rainbow Six Siege, which was an awesome experience. I never felt so drawn into a game before. I felt like I was actually an operator in the game, and working with my teammates to try to complete the objective was my real-life situation. It was a beguiling experience, to say the least. Later on into the night, I'm completely taken over and don't even know who I am anymore, and feel completely disconnected with my body. I somehow saw myself face planted in my bed in third person, and next thing I remember is feeling like I had just lived an entire lifetime as a completely different person. This was probably the most memorable part of the trip. The visuals have gone from being random scenery and scenarios to more fractal/tunnely visuals. Occasionally, I would see neon-colored shapes, and my body felt like it was morphing into these shapes. Absolutely insane. So, after I got tired of listening to music, I just played podcasts to calm down after all the wildness I had just experienced. Another weird thing, whenever I found something funny, I could not laugh, and anything that would normally make me feel sad didn't affect me either. This was overall a pretty cool experience. It felt like it lasted a pretty long time due to the way DXM tends to affect your perception of time. The next morning I woke up, it felt as if I didn't sleep at all, and I had a ton of energy and great appreciation for the world. And this persisted throughout the entire day. I'll probably revisit DXM again someday, but maybe at a lower dose.